Welcome to the Wellness on Tap podcast with your host, Dr. Debs Eastwood.
Well, this was a new build estate, so all the doors were put on and they were all black.
Yeah.
So mine does stand out. I'm sure nobody else will have a Cadbury's purple door, but you never know, do you?
You never know.
It's your favourite colour, isn't it?
Have you guessed? I think I'm going to be wearing a black dress for our event tonight, though.
Nice.
So, yeah. Which is why you guys are here.
That's correct.
So, we're here to talk about, amongst other things, a new to the UK company called New Image International that have absolutely taken the Southern Hemisphere by storm.
It really has.
And are over here. And I'm super excited to be part of it. And we're going to go and talk all about that. But I want people to know a bit about you guys first, because I think that's more important than the end product, because people buy people, don't they?
100%, yeah. It's nice to know somebody's story of how they got to where they are now and then look forward to where they're moving that to, where they're going, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like a couple of weeks ago, I was sat over there where you're sitting now, Kal, and had somebody interviewing me for the anniversary thing so that people can see my progression and look forward. So in a year's time, I'll be sitting there again and doing the same again and be able to talk about stuff. But
there's definitely a story behind why we're here. So just to tell you a little bit about the background of how New Image ended up in the UK. My particular life has always been, for the last 20, 25 years, I've been involved in the gym business.
okay.
So I've mainly had box gyms. What that basically means, you have mixed martial arts, boxing, different forms of martial arts, and so forth. And that changed when COVID happened, because a lot of sort of middle-sized businesses struggled because we had to just close down, etc. But about 18 months ago, I got approached by a relative in New Zealand. I have a relative in New Zealand, and he's converted to being a born-again Christian. So he goes to this church where somebody from New Image goes to this church. Right. And they were just discussing things, and the conversation came up, it would be fantastic to start the UK. They'd already tried a couple of times in the past, but not succeeded because the people that came were probably not as committed to what they should have been doing. Because the United Kingdom is a really hard market to crack. Because since we've come out of Europe, the laws are very different, especially if you're looking at dairy products, the due diligence. So it took us 6 months to get all our paperwork and everything right. So I was mentioned and said, look, you need to speak to Nash. He's a good networker in the sense he connects with people, he communicates, he's a good businessman. So when they approached me, my first answer was no, not interested. Sorry.
Okay.
Never taken supplements in my life. Played squash at a reasonable level. Done martial arts and everything. Never needed supplements. Not interested. Don't want the hassle because I'm already in business already. But they said, no. You need to look at this. This is a little bit different. And I was still very skeptical, but they put me in tune with the actual chairman and founder of the company. And I thought that's different. Normally you wouldn't get that access very quickly. And I spent 6 months talking to this guy who was 85 years old. He was 84 at the time. And I thought, this is crazy. The guy, I'm used to 85, 86-year-olds, they're starting to lose their memory. The lifestyle is very different. And this guy is doing multi-million-pound business deals worldwide. And he's actually the boss of this multi-million-pound company. And he's talking to me. And he wants to start the UK. So cut a long story short, after 6 months of negotiations, he came to the UK to see me. And he spent a week with him and his wife. And as soon as I met him, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because his ways, the ethics of the company is coming from New Zealand, which, by the way, the company's from New Zealand. And coming from New Zealand, which is only 4 million people, and building a business of this caliber. And it was the actual product that was very different, because the company itself is direct sales. So what that basically means is you can't walk into a shop and buy this product. You can only buy this through from agents who can actually build a business for themselves. And I've known of this kind of practice in the past, and I know a lot of people that get excited but don't really make any money. So that was also a negative to me. But when I saw this product, which was changing people's lives, and especially after what happened with COVID, when COVID happened, we realized immune system is really important. And it's not just about taking something to sort your immune out. It's about making sure you don't get in that position. Okay, so the product is Colostrum. So when I met Graham in the UK, I spent a week with him. I was still involved in my gym business. I still have gyms. But I have a partner that looks after it, because 99.9% of my time is now New Image. My wife at the time, she was just had a baby. We just had her name is Savannah, and she was due to go back to work. A New Image came into our lives, and she's now full-time into New Image. Okay, so it's changed our family life as well. And we're no longer chasing money. We're actually changing people's lives, and money automatically comes. And what we've done since Graham and myself, we spent 1 week in June 2024. In July 2024, he came back for another week because he got an award at the House of Lords for being a leader of the world. And he took me with him. So we had the opportunity of meeting other leaders from different parts of the world. And we did what we call a pre-launch in the UK to see how we can and what we can do. About 8 weeks ago, I don't know whether you were there. Was Debbie there at the launch?
No, the one we
I
did
came
in
afterwards
Leicester.
to the Nottingham one.
Yeah.
I was
You
in Kent.
missed the
I
launch.
couldn't
So
go away.
Yeah.
on the 30th of September, we launched the United Kingdom properly.
It looked a spectacular event. I was really peeved to miss it.
The thing is, I had a vision. I mean, you'd have to be a little bit cuckoo to start an event with an electronic violinist and an acrobat. But I had a vision, okay? I was very fortunate about 6 months ago to go to Prague and receive an award for the company. And when I saw this building in Leicester, it reminded me of that building. It's a big church that's been converted.
Because the photos do look very, very,
Very similar. And very, very purple and red. You missed
would love
something
it.
really special, Debbie, I'm telling you.
I did.
And we did the launch.
You got 2 awards, 2 gold awards, not
We
one.
got 2. So basically, the awards that we got, anybody can buy an award. If you're in business, you can subscribe and you can get an award. Anybody can get an award. But the Monday award, the ones that we won, what they do is for 6 months, they dissect your product. Then they compare it with other products. For you to win a Monday award, you've got to be something a little bit special. And Graham was supposed to come, and then we were going to go to Prague together, but he couldn't make it. So I represented the whole of the New Image family.
How wonderful.
Family that turns over about $400 million a year. And little Nash, who has just started the UK, was there getting the award on behalf of the company. And it was superb. Absolutely. You know, it felt $1 million. And we can proudly say we have these awards. Okay. We are the #1 colostrum supplement company in the world. We're the only one that's painted it. Because with colostrum, and can I tell you a little bit about the product?
I don't see why not.
Okay, so it's basically the first golden liquid that a mother produces for its child. So anybody that has a child, any mammal, the first few days, the first 6-7 days, they produce a different type of liquid. So it's not actually breast milk, it's colostrum. And if a child is fed that, what you normally find is their immune system throughout their life is a lot better. So what happened to Graham, and I'm taking over here, sorry, I'm going to give you a big spiel now. What happened to Graham when he was in his early 40s, he was a farmer. His mother died of cancer. His dad died of cancer and his brother died of cancer. There was only 4 people in the family.
Oh my
so
goodness.
It was obvious what was going to happen to Graham. So he had to do something to change his DNA. And what he found in his farm is that if a cow gave colostrum to its calf, the calf is fine. If the calf doesn't get colostrum, it dies within a couple of days. And he thought, hold on a second, if we can do something where adults can have access to this, human adults, because all mammals are the same. It doesn't matter whether you're a mouse or we all get food poisoning, we all get, various things. So, and in New Zealand, the difference is in New Zealand, cows pasture all the year round. They are looked after, okay? And they produce 300% more colostrum than they actually need. So what we do as a company, the cows get their colostrum first for their calves, and then we take the rest. And what is different about New Image International is that particular colostrum is then pasteurized, and then all good things are put into that colostrum. So not only are we getting colostrum, which I'll explain what colostrum does, we're also getting all these other vitamins like calcium, magnesium, and all different things that people need. And so basically, he went physical a little bit as well. He went into sheep shearing and he became quite good at it. He became actually has a world record in that age.
What a character. I didn't know
He was a
that.
character, yeah. And but colostrum, he realized that, because somebody said to me, it's not just about being physical. You're going to have to sort something out in your mind because your body needs to change. And gut health, what people don't realize is 80% of all your illnesses start from your gut.
Oh, they do.
Okay. And recently, even scientists have proven that MS and Parkinson's also starts from your gut. So what colostrum does, and especially alpha-lipid lifeline colostrum, it goes into your gut and it starts sorting your gut out. And what the alpha-lipid technology does that only we have, it coats parasites. Now, every single person that we know has parasites.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Yep.
But what this does, it coats the parasite so you don't get illnesses, and it prevents it from future illnesses. And it does different things to different people. People say your gut is your second brain. It's actually your first brain because it's talking to your body. And all illnesses start from there. So if you can somehow sort that out, which is what colostrum does, then future illnesses and preventions are amazing. So it's also anti-aging as well, because some of the things that we have stem cell product, which is totally natural. You can't overdose on it. And your bone marrow, what happens is when we're young and we're in the 20s and teens and whatever, our bone marrow produces trillions of cells. When you get to sort of my age and a little bit older, it becomes billions and millions. So we have a product that you can just take 2 capsules at night. It's called Colostrum. It's a stem cell product. While you're sleeping, it's working on your bone marrow. And it's reproducing cells. Okay? So all of a sudden, if you've got, like, I used to have a lot of pain in my knees because I play a lot of squash. So when I wake up in the morning, my knees are a little bit aching and I don't have that pain anymore because I take these 2 tablets and I get good sleep as well. Okay, so what happened with Graham is he came across colostrum, and then the rest is history. Today, we're in 20 countries. He still runs everything from the front. We had the opportunity of meeting him. He did some roadshows. We did Doncaster. We have a really good team in Doncaster. We did London in Bayswater. We did Nottingham. So we did a few roadshows.
I met him there.
You met him in Nottingham. He did a talk for 90 minutes. Nobody budged in those 90 minutes. This guy is 85 years old, but his mind and body is of a 56-year-old scientifically. And when you sit down with him, he'll say to you, he's working on his next 30-year goals. He believes a human being should live until the age of 120. Live, not struggle.
Yeah.
live.
Huge difference.
So this is the kind of mentality we're working with. So we've been in the UK 18 months now, around 18 months. We've launched only very recently properly. I've got about 500 distributors in the UK. And one thing that we have found, and I go to meetings, people's lives are changing. You know, people with arthritis, diabetes 2, psoriasis, fibromyalgia. It's crazy. And it's all natural. Because unfortunately, we live in a world where something's wrong. Oh, let's go to the doctor. Let's go and get a tablet. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, maybe there is. I've got different views. And then if that doesn't work, let's take another tablet to sort out the problem that didn't get sorted out by that tablet. Before you know it, you're in the system of medication and this and that. What we're trying to do with the product we've got is it's natural. You can naturally stay healthy. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's what New Image International is doing in the UK. As I said to you, it's taken my life over. I wake up in the morning, I feel healthy. I feel energetic.
Such a blessing, isn't it? It's such a gift.
Oh, you know, Steve Jobs, when he was dying and he started Apple, he said, I can write a check out today for $3 billion. It's not going to save my life. So, you know, we have all different problems in life and we say, oh, we've got this issue and, you know, that my son and my daughter and my family and whatever. Absolutely fine. But when you have a medical problem, you only have one problem, a health problem. So it's really important that you look after your health, okay? Because we're all going to age. There's something that you can't, two things are guaranteed when you're born and when you die, but it's what we do in between.
Absolutely.
So with New Image International, the two things we're doing in the UK, and I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot, two things we're doing in the UK, we're changing people's health and trying to make them healthier. And there's the other side of it. We're also changing people's wealth. It's because it's a consumer product where it's agent to consumer, people have the opportunity of building a good side hustle. And that side hustle can actually become quite serious. So we have different positions you can have within the company. There are people in the UK that will be earning 6-figure monthly incomes, footballers' wages, if they persist with this over the next 12 months. And I have got people that are doing that. So it's just the enjoyment of changing people's lives. Just the enjoyment of somebody saying, my hair's getting thicker. Somebody saying to me, my bald patch is gone. Somebody saying to me, my pain is gone. And when you listen to these stories, my fibromyalgia is gone. And you think, wow, that's crazy.
And that's the only thing they've changed.
That's the only thing, you know.
Is taking the products.
Yeah.
Just change. You know, we did a present. It's so ironic we're in Doncaster. I thought we were going to Sheffield, which we are later.
Yes.
Okay. Because I did a presentation here about a year ago. I come every month to Doncaster to do a presentation because we do live presentations. As just like Graham, we work from the front. And this young lady, she's she's not young. She's 50 years old now.
50 is still young.
No, but she's. But
I'm 55. Yeah. I'm young.
You're very, very young, because you're on Colostrum.
Yes.
But this lady, when she first came to our business, it cost you £20 a year to join. That's it. You joined for £20 for the whole year. She didn't have £20. I'm not going to mention any names. She didn't have £20 to join the business. She used our ClearPay system, which we had at the time. Then she pestered us. She was on our group asking all these questions. And it got to a stage where I thought, I remember saying to the person that brought her into the business, I said, can you please sort this lady out, right? But you know, today she's my top distributor.
Yeah, I bet.
She couldn't sleep at night. She was recovering from cancer. She was in remission. She had bruises underneath her breasts and whatever. At night when she slept, her legs would shake. Today, she sleeps. Today, she looks young. She only got remarried recently. Her finances have got better because of the business. She's a different person. And when you see that, so what happened, the story I was going to say is we did a presentation in Doncaster And once we finish a presentation, I always ask the audience, is there anybody in the audience that uses the product? And if so, how has it changed you? So there was this lady sitting next to her who happened to be her mother. And she put her hand up and said, do you mind if I say a few words? And she drove all the way from Buxton to come to this presentation in Doncaster. I was told she never drives that far, but she wanted to be with her daughter. Oh. And she said, my daughter's life has totally changed. She's not the same person anymore. And she started crying. And I tell you, I did not know what to do, you know? And I thought, that's crazy. But we were literally, this lady literally had us because she hadn't been using the product herself. Her daughter had. And that moment was amazing. It's one of my highlights of what I've had so far. And I've had many. And when we did another presentation in Doncaster a few months down the line, I asked, would she be there? And she said, yes, they're coming down. I gifted her a can of Alpha Lipid Lifeline Colostrum because I was so touched by her testimony, shall we say. And today she takes the product and she says she has totally changed herself. Her hair is, she said for the first time since she was in her teens, her hair is growing blonde again. And I thought, really? I didn't even know things like that happened. Yeah. Her energy levels have gone up. She said her husband hasn't washed the car for 40 years. He's washing the car now, right? And little things like that. And I'm thinking, wow, you know. So just to recap, you know, we're trying to not just build a business, we're building a community. The product, it's godly. That's all I can say. You know, I think it's a secret. I think somebody said it very recently. It's a secret that's been kept that people don't really know. Yeah. I watched a podcast the other day where somebody's talking about colostrum and anti-aging, and he said people don't realize this secret. They don't know about it. And the thing is, it's been kept back because if everybody was on it, you wouldn't need to have any tablets or anything, okay? And we live in a world where it's so easy just to go to KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, you know, and we eat so much and our gut is messed up. And then you have all these other repercussions. And the thing is, when you get to a certain age, whether it's 50 or 60 or 70, you're expected to have certain things. Yes. You know, you get to 50 or 55, you should be on statins.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, go and do your research about statins. I won't say any more than that. Within 18 months of being on statins, you're going to have high blood pressure. That's fact. When you take blood pressure tablets or statins, you are told you can never come off them. So all of a sudden, you're in the system. And then other things will start happening to you. And then other things will start happening to you. Guys, you've got an opportunity of staying totally natural with a product that has already scientifically been proven to be 3 times stronger than the flu jab. You don't need the flu jab, just take colostrum. Okay, I can say this because we're told not to make any statements because we have to be very careful what we say. But these are facts. These are scientifically proven facts. It's 3 times stronger than the flu jab. This was a research that was done in Ottawa, in America, by scientists. We're very blessed. And then Kal and me were talking in the car coming up, and we're going to be, you know, and I'll let Kal say a little bit more about that in a minute when she gets a chance, about, you know, being online and doing weight management and skin. We have skincare products with bee venom. Amazing. You know, your skin will feel as if it's been stung by a bee and it naturally stays strong rather than injecting yourself with poison, which is what people do and pay for it. Okay. And so forth. But just a little bit about the weight management products that I forgot to tell you, Kal, on the way up. New Image was into the keto diet and products before anybody else. And I think we're in the Guinness Book of Records of a person has lost so much more weight in a month than any other diet. But the thing is, it's not just about losing weight, it's keeping it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's losing the right body tissues as well. It's about keeping the muscle mass and losing the fat, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think I've spoken a lot. What I will say also is we are still young in the UK. We're very young actually in the UK. We're growing. We're looking for business partners. We're looking for wellness ambassadors. Anybody listening to this, if you like what you hear, get in touch with us, any three of us, and we will help you, because we are looking for partners throughout the United Kingdom, including Northern Ireland. And the way things are developing, we will also be looking to jump into Europe next year. But at the moment, Europe is wide open. We only have Greece and we only have the UK. But because of the way the UK is developing, it's becoming very obvious that we will be jumping into Europe on behalf of the company. But the beauty about this business also, on the business side, away from the product a little bit, is we're in 20 countries. So you can build your business in those 20 countries. Yeah. I mean, this morning I had a conversation with one of my guys, and they've just developed one of the positions in Nigeria, management positions. So the business is growing.
Wonderful.
But it's still young. It's like a snowball. It's still developing.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing some good people. And that's another thing. We're getting good people on board. And to be working with my sister, my adopted sister, that, we've known each other. I mean, she knows ins and outs about me, and we've known each other a long, long time. And she gave me a call about 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I've just seen you're into this colostrum thing. Can I come along?
Is that how you got into it, Kal?
Okay. Now, when you first start something, you make a list of 10 people that you'd want to be involved with you. And she was on that list, but I knew she was busy. I knew she had all these other projects going on. And I was waiting to establish myself before I approached her.
Yeah, fair. Because
I respect her judgment, and I wanted her to see the business in a good way, where we'd established ourselves. So it's been fantastic.
Excellent.
And I'll let others talk now.
Oh, bless you, darling. No, you're giving a lot of information there.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is really useful and really pertinent, and a lot of touch points for people to, open their ears, open their eyes, and get back to me, and get in contact and say, how can I learn more about this?
Absolutely.
But you heard about it then online?
Yes.
Did it first
so
off?
I saw a few posts that Nash had put on Instagram, and I think I saw one about 3 weeks before, and I thought, I need to look into that. And it's like, it's a thought, and then you start doing something else.
Absolutely.
And whatever, obviously we'll talk about some of the stuff that we've been involved in and all the stuff that's been going on. So I kind of forgot. And then I saw another post, and I thought, I need to speak to Nash, but I'm going to do it now. Because if I don't do it now, and I think it was at a ridiculous time in the night, I message people at 2 a.m. I don't care. If I'm awake, they should be awake as well. And if they're not awake, they can see it in the morning. So I messaged him at a ridiculous time in the evening and just said, hey, I've just seen this stuff that you're into. Really want to know a bit more about it. And he was just like, oh my God, thank you. I'm so glad you got in touch.
Yep.
I wanted to talk to you about it. And then there was a meeting in Nottingham a few days later. I went to that one, and then that's it. I've not looked back. I was taken aback at the Nottingham meeting, because there were quite a few other people that have been taking the product for some time, and just listening to their experiences. I was like, okay, I've got to try this. I'm one of these people that I have to try something myself first.
Me too.
I'm not going to, we're both exactly the same in that sense. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try the product. And I did. And from knowing me for many years, I've had problems with my back, problems with my left side. So sleep has been an issue because of pain. I've got fibromyalgia. I have had it for many years. And I'm against pharmaceutical medication. So I've not had any pharmaceutical medication since 2009, when I had that serious illness. So for me, it's always been about holistic ways. So, there's only so much you can do with meditation and breathing exercises. And I've tried to do that as much as I can. But then I started to take the product. So I really went in on it, took the Colostrum as well. And I saw a difference within probably about 4 or 5 weeks. Started to sleep better. And I'm going through the menopause as well. Like I didn't need anything else, to add on to everything, all the other problems we've got. It all happens at the same time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I just found that all of a sudden, some of my symptoms from that have changed as well. So the night sweats weren't so bad. And I was actually sleeping through the night, which was good, which is huge for us. People don't realize when somebody's going through the menopause, what an impact that has on your day-to-day life. And if you don't sleep well and you wake up in the morning, you're groggy and, you don't want to face the day, do you? And now I'm like, I get up in the morning and I'm ready to face the day. And I'm actually happy. And I get up and I take my dogs for a walk and I'm out in the, cold and rain or whatever the weather, I don't care, but I'm getting fresh air. So the product's made a massive impact on my life. And yourself, I've lost weight.
Yes,
Everybody's
and I've noticed your feet as well.
Yeah, because obviously, because you've done IV drips on me. My feet were really swollen, my ankles, and you've seen the difference in the last, 4 or 5 months when I've been taking the product, and I'm losing weight as well, which is fantastic because I've wanted to do that, but I didn't want to do any of these yo-yo diets because I've done those before, and we all know, you lose a bit of weight, but you put a lot more on afterwards, and I also didn't want to change my life fully in the sense of giving up certain food groups because I know I can't maintain that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this sensibly with the weight management products that we've got within New Image, and it's having a massive impact. I'm losing the weight gradually, which I'm happy with.
Yeah.
And I'm fitter, I'm healthiher, and I'm happier. And I'm working with my brother, which is fantastic.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
And we're building some amazing, with the company, building some amazing communities. When we were driving up earlier on today, we were talking about past businesses that we've had. We've had a business together as well, and various other things. And we will still do.
It's still on the shelf. It's still there.
We may bring that back. We have actually sort of just touched on that as well. Because I think this is the time to bring that back as well,
100%,
actually. Yeah,
100%.
the market's changed now a lot.
100%.
So that could be something exciting coming forward. But we talked about how we feel now that we just want to do things that are impactful. Yeah. And this business, New Image, is impactful in 2 ways. One, for the people that are working in this and being part of the team, because they're making amazing amounts of money. But also for those people that are actually taking the product, because it's changing their lives. Now, how amazing is that? You're making a massive impact on somebody's life, but you're actually making money out of it as well. And it's, for me, that's ethical money,
Yeah. Because you're helping people.
Exactly. You're helping people, so you feel good about it. And this is the time where we can really build this. Like Nash said, it's very much in its infancy here in the UK. So this is the amazing time for people to get on board.
Yeah.
So all these people that are used to doing these sort of, products, whether it's utility warehouse or, it's like the old Avon or something, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. This is something that people can do without having to have hundreds and hundreds of or thousands of customers, just having a few customers that are regularly buying the products and then maybe them becoming, part of your team. That's the way to build it up. And there's people that are making phenomenal amounts of money overseas in other countries that have been running this for a number of years just by building their teams. And there's a lot of people that have got the ability to do that, Yeah. And this is very much one of those products where it's finding out from somebody else and seeing the impact it's had on them and then doing it for yourself as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. So when we talked about the weight management, because Weight Watchers is obviously closed down, They've gone. So there's a space in the market now for somebody else to come in and help people that are struggling with their weight. We know at the moment there's so much focus on all this Manjaro and Ozempic and everything. Yeah. And again, we don't want people to have that. We just don't know what's in those injections and what long-term impact that's going to have on people. So I really want to build the weight management side on this more, and I want to work with you, and I've got a few other people in mind. And I think we can do the regular meetings like Weight Watchers used to do, but we can also do something a bit more online as well. That's what we want to do. We want to help people, make them happier and healthier. That's the key.
Yeah,
I mean, there's 3 reasons that I think is really important in life. Have a product that everybody wants. This product in this country, anybody over the age of 5 can have this product. But I've got somebody in London, and he's part of the business. Again, he was one of those people. He came in. He does marathons. He's just done the Chicago Marathon, and he was very skeptical. He came in. He started using the product first. For the first couple of months, we didn't really hear much from him. Now and again, he would come and to a meeting in London. But last month, he became the next level, which is supervisor in the business. And we sat down with him after the meeting. He said, I've got a 17-month-old daughter that suffers from a condition. We tried everything. Nothing worked. I started giving her colostrum with a bit of fibre. It sorted her problem out.
That's amazing.
17-month-old.
Wow.
And he said the other thing, and he's telling me this. Now, this is somebody that's really quiet, never really spoke to us, was very skeptical. He's saying the other thing is, this time I used no supplements for my marathon. I only used New Image Colostrum, and I beat my personal best. Because one of the things within our product is if you're a gym user, okay, you can actually use this as a pre-workout because it also has growth hormones in it and all natural.
Yeah.
Okay. And the only difference between this and, let's say, whey protein, this is natural and your performance will improve over a period of time. The other thing, what a lot of gym goers do is they cheat. They get injections that they shouldn't be having and so forth. Colostrum gives you that, but naturally.
Yeah.
So you're not cheating. You're not going to lose your hair. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. It's literally a godly product. It covers so many aspects. We talk about menopause. Colostrum, bovine colostrum has creatine in it. And more people are saying women should have creatine because it helps them on menopause. Well, bovine colostrum automatically has that. In this country, a lot of people talk about collagen.
Yeah.
Collagen products here, there, and everywhere. And what colostrum does, bovine colostrum, it regenerates your bones to produce its own collagen again. So it's like the next product above collagen. It already has that. So there's so many amazing benefits. I mean, I could go on and on. The benefits are phenomenal. And we have a product called Resmax, which is it's a sachet that's made out of 15 of the top berries in the world, including the acacia berry, which they say is the cancer berry that's going to help cancer. And this one product has 15 of the top berries, and then it has another 3 berries as well. Okay. And you can just have that, and it gives you phenomenal energy. It gives you antioxidant. It's just crazy. So 14 scientists work full time with New Image. Our plants, we have plants that are all cash free in New Zealand. And I think it's just, again, New Zealand is a small country and everybody had a negative or aspect about COVID. But for this company, COVID was the best thing that ever happened, because since COVID, the business has exploded because more and more people are looking into alternative medication, into supplementation, into immune and so forth. And when I said to you, the 3 things, have a product that everybody wants and make sure you time it right. That's the main thing, time
That's
it right.
hugely important,
And
isn't
the
it?
timing of this, and Kal touched a little bit on it in the UK, especially, is phenomenal. We're pioneers still. We're still young. We're still a baby. It's going to be at least another year before we're walking properly. So people that get involved now, not only will you be healthy,
Early adopters.
Yeah.
not only will you be healthy, but you'll be making good money. Okay. So the timing is amazing. The middle thing that everybody should also is you have to have a product that's priced to sell.
Yes,
So-
that's very important.
Very important. And our can, our main product, 80% of our product is the Alpha Lipid Lifeline Colostrum that you can use for 30 days. And each portion that you have in the morning costs you £1.40. Now, if you have a cup of coffee, it's going to cost you £3.50 to £5. So what price do you put on your health? So it's priced to sell. There are people around the world in the Philippines and Malaysia and Taiwan and etc., this has become what they call the multinational organic drink that everybody wants to have in the morning. 1.5 million people every single day use a New Image product. That I think works out 17 people every second, which is crazy.
You've done your number crunching.
Well, we have to. We have to. And the other thing is, and if you come to one of our presentations, you'll see it live of these number crunchings. But it's brand new in the UK.
Yeah.
And we've got such a phenomenal opportunity and we're really enjoying it. And we're coming across good people, no flash, no brash, no, quick talking salespeople. We're coming across genuine people that lives are changing health-wise and also an opportunity to make money as well.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, by the way, you don't have to be involved in the business. No. You can just use our products and use the health side, and 80% of the people that join our business, that's all they do. They're product users, okay? But one thing I have found is once somebody starts using the product, and the biggest compliment I can give this product and this company is if today I stop doing the business, which will never happen, but if let's say I did stop doing the business, I would still continue using the products. I'd be going to Kal and saying, I want to buy the products every month. I need my Colostrum, I need my Colostrum, Alpha Lipid, and I need my Resmax. They're the 3 products that I personally use. And that sorts my life out. I don't have to worry about any other supplement. I don't have to have any medication. This time of the year, if you went back a year or 2 or 3 years, I would be having a throat infection, a chest infection. I've suffered in the past with chest infections. I don't have that issue anymore. And I'm, feeling blessed, to be honest with you.
Which is wonderful. And, a lot of the things that you've said, Nash, play right into my zone of comfort and right into my life's mission. Because obviously still working as an NHS anaesthetist, during COVID, the results of the patients that we're seeing now, the decline in their health because of lack of access to healthcare, and the treatment of these things, which is pill upon pill upon pill to treat the symptoms of the previous pill that you've been given, or the sequelae of whatever crap is in these pills that is giving people other conditions. I'm starting to speak out about this and have been for quite a while now and getting quite vocal about it and hopefully using my supposed authority position as a doctor. And I'm quite happy to stand and shout it from the rooftops. And so for me to be involved in this particular product that can take people away from all of that and can help them in a way that is affordable. If you don't go and buy, if you are a coffee drinker, which I'm not, but if you are a coffee drinker and you go every day to one of these big commercial coffee places and buy your cuppa, don't do that. Just buy this stuff instead.
Correct.
That's it. You don't have to make any other changes to your life. And that, to me, is about education, which I know is what we're trying to do as well, is to educate the population here as to what's going on. We can get as deep as we like about that, can't we? And I'm sure that as this, we become better known in the UK, that will become involved. It's certainly something I'd like to be involved in helping and doing,
100%. Talking
about nutrition and, educating people right from a young age as to what's the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do, and why we should be going back in time, if you like, in terms of the way we prepare the food that we eat. Well, stop going out and eating all this crap. Eat nutritious stuff that you've cooked yourself that's not full
100%.
of antibiotics and hormones 100%. And yada, yada, yada. And stop having your coffee. One McDonald's less, you can have these products and be healthy.
I mean, if we go back to...
Boom, end of.
If we go back in history, we go to our parents and maybe our grandparents and above, they didn't have these illnesses.
No.
They didn't have
these illnesses. Where do we think it's come from?
I mean, what as the CEO of the UK company, what I do say is we are a supplement company. Okay. If anybody's in doubt, please go and talk to your practitioner or whoever it is. But this is what is happening to people in this country. These are the changes that are happening on people that are using the product. But we never say it's guaranteed for you. We
You
don't
can't
say that.
can you?
We don't
No.
say that. And if anybody's in doubt, please speak to a practitioner. But we are here to change lives in health and in wealth.
Yeah. And I'm all for it.
And I think that's the key, is getting more people like yourself that are already in like the NHS or in the medical world in one way or another to actually look at this as well. I mean, in the circles that we're in, we talk to a lot of, obviously, holistic practitioners and functional medicine people as well. So they will understand the benefits of this. And it's when somebody like that is actually telling you that, yeah, hey, you should look at this. I've looked at it, or I'm using it, or I'm a distributor now for this product as well. That's going to have more of an impact on people because they are the professionals. We listen to the professionals. It's like we've always said, when we're ill, we go to the doctor. Whatever the doctor tells you, because most of them would just sit there with the prescription pad ready to write something out for you. As soon as they give you that, that's what you do. Yeah. You don't question it, ever. Well, I do. And some of us do now.
Yeah.
Well, we were brought up, weren't
Most
we?
people
Whatever
don't.
the doctor said was God.
Yes.
Doctor's God.
That's how we were brought up.
And we know that's not true.
Absolutely not.
Because every person is a human being.
Yes.
They only know so much. Things change constantly, and we have to be educating ourselves. And if it's something that we don't know about, we find somebody that does.
Yeah.
And this is why things like this podcast are amazing, because that's what you're doing. You're getting the right message out there. Yeah. We're educating people. And this leads on, obviously, to the TV channel that we're doing, Kandola TV. Again, that's what that's for.
Yeah.
Originally, the reason I started that was because, again, like you've just said, for my mom, I remember during the whole COVID thing, my mom and all my other aunties, anything that they were told on TV, on one of the Indian channels, they believed.
Right.
They were washing their bread packets. Okay. They were doing all sorts of nonsense. And every time I'd question my mom, she's like, oh, no, it was on Sikh channel or it was on such and such channel. I'm like, yeah, because there's some idiots on there saying to you that you're going to get COVID from your packet of Warburton's bread. Like, seriously, come on. But that's what they do. So I thought, okay, this message needs to be on TV. We need to find a way that we're on TV in the safe space in people's homes, which is their living room. And most people, the biggest thing in their living room is the TV.
Yes.
And because it's like, people look at it and think, oh, well, it's on the TV. If it's on the TV, it's real. But if it's, on social media or somewhere else, maybe not so.
Yeah, people are more skeptical about
They're
social
skeptical
media,
as well.
aren't they?
But also, those people that are trying to get that message out on YouTube or on the social media platforms, when they are giving a message that's against the normal narrative, they are being deplatformed, they're being censored, all sorts of this. So this is why, obviously, we've gone with that and said, right, we're going to set up Kandola TV where it's a safe space for us to put all of this information and educate people, but from their TVs.
Yeah.
And actually have them hopefully sitting down, watching something on there, like obviously all your episodes are on there as well, and sitting down with their family or their friends and starting that conversation.
Yes.
Because I think that's the important thing. We need to get people talking about these things.
Yeah, we do. It's got to become part of their lives.
Yes.
Part of the way that they feed their kids, part of the way they teach their kids, because that's the only way we're going to break out of this toxic cycle that the crap food that we're given and the crap drugs that we're given are keeping us unwell in a state of disease. We've got to break that.
The problem we've got now,
to start at the beginning.
The problem we've got now is, in terms of food, everybody, dinner, Uber Eats, Deliveroo,
so easy.
Whatever the other one is, because they're like, well, okay, if I bought all the ingredients to cook that myself at home for one portion, first of all, it's going to take me a long time to do. Secondly, I've got to pay for all those ingredients and I might not have the spices or whatever because I'm not going to cook it again maybe for another week. So it's actually more cost effective for them to buy the rubbish. And we all know, obviously, when it's fast food, or everything else that's in there as well. So it's not really the fault of the people that are obviously relying on things like Deliveroo or these, fast food delivery companies, because that's all they know what to do.
Yes,
Nobody's
absolutely.
taught them how to cook.
Yeah.
And this is another thing that needs to change.
Yes.
We talked about our ancestors. There was a time where, my grandparents would have, obviously my grandmother, whatever, would have taught my mom about, cooking and how to cook things from scratch. And like in our Indian cultures, understanding what the ingredients are in a masala. Because we have like the garam masala, which has, depending on where you are from, you can have 5 products in there. We might have 6, 7. But nobody knows what they are. I don't know what they are. Right. I just get it in a big jar from my mom. Because she spends hours and hours drying them all out and then, grinding them and then shoves them into a lovely jar for me, which I use. Yeah. But now I'm more conscious of that I need to know that. Absolutely. And because there's healing benefits in all of these. And I don't know if you remember, recently I put a post on social media. So my son's is getting into all, and looking into healthcare and supplements. And my Reese bought a big jar of turmeric tablets. Now, we're an Indian household.
Absolutely.
I got turmeric.
Yep.
I got jars of turmeric that big. Anyway, so he put it on the breakfast bar. I said to him, I said, look, come here. Open the door. I said, here you go. You want turmeric? Here it is. There's a massive, look at that and look at this. This is fresh, grounded turmeric that obviously my mum's given to me, but that's come directly from our village in India. But again, he didn't know that. He didn't know that we had it. And that's my fault because I haven't told him that. And I haven't told him about the healing benefits of things like turmeric. So again, this is all about education. This is what we've got to do. Yes. And like with the colostrum, it becomes a part of your normal routine because you have it first thing in the morning. So for me, that's the first thing I do. Get up in the morning. I have that. Take the dogs for a walk. Then I come back and then I have a cup of tea or whatever. And then I get on with the
You have to allow 20 minutes to half an hour for it to work on your gut. So
that's basically what I do. So that's part of my routine because I do take the dogs out for at least half an hour. So then I'm okay. Yeah. And it just becomes a natural part of your routine. And then you start to see the benefits of it.
Yeah, for me,
Sorry.
I drink it before I go to work and I make a cup of tea in a flask. And then by the time I get to work, which is a 35-minute drive, I've got my breakfast ready and my cup of tea ready and I fit that in when I can.
I mean, what Kal was just saying about food, there's so many other things. You can't avoid the water you drink, the plastic bottle you have your water from, the air that you're breathing, the toothpaste that you're putting in your mouth, etc., etc. So what colostrum does is prevention as well. So we can't avoid all this. The world that we live in has become so different now that some of the air that we breathe, you can go to Dubai and they can actually control the rain, okay? So there's so many different things, it's madness. There's so many different things that you cannot avoid. You will come across these things. But what colostrum will do is make sure that your body is ready for these preventions. It prevents you from all these different things that could go wrong in the future, okay? And that is why it's so, so important that, if you can, you should be taking not just any colostrum, by the way.
Of course
New
not.
Image International Alpha Lipid Lifeline colostrum, because you talk about turmeric, it's already got that in there as well.
Yeah.
So all these different things that we talk about, and somebody said to me, "Oh no, we know people that go abroad and have these injections called NMN, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, these injections. Guess what? I thought, that's interesting. Google bovine colostrum. It has in it. It already has it there, all naturally. Yeah. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So
one thing you haven't mentioned that I think is really important is, you alluded to it, is why New Zealand? Because you mentioned the cows are pastured all year round, which is really important, so they're not getting all the crap from any feed you might give them. But there's also a difference in the way the cows are farmed as well, isn't there? 100%. And what they're allowed to give them.
100%. The New Zealand authorities are very, very strong in how animals get looked after, especially cows in New Zealand. So, we're very, very lucky that it is a New Zealand product. And also, it's a small country. And one of the things, again, it was Doncaster, ironically, there's a yoga teacher in Doncaster that they came to a willingness event that I did a presentation. Her husband did a presentation on a totally different product that also had a bit of colostrum in it and so forth. And after the presentation, she came up to me and said, "I want to join your company." And the reason I want to join your company, I've always dreamt of going to New Zealand because she's petrified of snakes. And there are 2 countries in the world that have no snakes, New Zealand and Iceland. Okay. I never knew that, by the way.
No, I didn't.
I never knew that until I met this lady. But if you look at how cows are treated in the West, not in the West, in Europe and in America, what we do with cows, unfortunately, is they go in at nighttime because of the weather, etc. Then they're pumped with steroids. So the milk that you're drinking is coming from these cows that have got all these antibodies being put in them that shouldn't be there, all the steroids just to make them bigger, you know. So this is unfortunately what we have in Europe and what we have in America. In New Zealand, that is not the case.
Yeah.
They pasture all the year round. The regularities make sure that certain things are right and done properly. So you're very right. New Zealand, and you know, going back to how I came across this, I genuinely feel blessed because I don't think I could have come across it even if I tried. Yeah, how do you come across a product like this and then have the opportunity of launching a full country with it and changing people's lives and having people with you doing it? Feel totally blessed.
That's really nice to hear. That's lovely.
You know,
And New Zealand's beautiful, isn't it? I spent a month there
I've never
in my
been.
mid-20s.
I have to go.
It's stunning.
Yes.
It's well worth it. You've got to go.
Yes.
Do they have the spiders there like Australia though?
No.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Then I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I spent a month there. I was with my cousin in Australia. And I just thought, well, relatively speaking, New Zealand is next door. When am I going to be down here again? You know, and I haven't been back to Australia since. So I'm really glad I did.
Wow.
I did the shot over assault when I was there as well in Queenstown, which is on quite near the bottom of the South Island, the river shot over, which is where you jump off a bridge with an elastic band tied around your
Yes.
It was the highest one in the world at the time. It's not now. It's been way surpassed.
Wow.
But at the time, it was.
You're a brave lady.
Mad. But thank you. Thank you. I shall receive. And get in a jet boat at the bottom where they say to you, don't put your hands on the edge, otherwise you might lose your knuckles. And then jumped in a whitewater raft that I'd never done before. Get 15 minutes tuition on the side of the riverbed.
Read a pamphlet.
You know,
jump
with
in.
this chap who described himself as the Mad Maori, so I'm happy to, describe him that way because that was his description of himself. And then 3 or 4 of us, like 3 or 4 rafts worth of about 10 people, set off down these hugely mad white water things, paddling like hell, and I'm just going, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. But then you got into a hot tub at the end, you got your swimming costumes on underneath your, wetsuits. Hot tub at the end with a glass of champagne in one hand and a hot dog in the other.
Fantastic.
I'll meet you there.
It was marvellous.
Fantastic.
I'll be in the hot tub
And
with
you know
the
the
champagne.
very best bit? Your adrenaline is pumping that much. 1 glass of Prosecco in the evening, you're done. Trust me.
I'm still not sure. Just
Maybe 2 then.
yeah, just
We'll go for it.
to avoid having more glasses of champagne. That I'm going to go through all that.
No. But,
I'm
know,
not
it's a
an
wonderful
adrenaline
place.
junkie anymore. I
No.
used to be when I was younger.
I
not
don't know if
anymore.
I'd jump off the bridge again, to be quite honest. It was pre-kids for me. But it's a stunning place.
Really?
I can only describe getting on the coaches there, which is a completely different experience to a coach here. You know, if there's a place of interest, a couple of minutes drive off the route, they will take you to it, stop for 5 minutes, let you get photos, things
Really?
like that, and then come back on. And you drive right round the base of a mountain and it looks just like your typical Norwegian type, sort of mountain top. And you go around the corner, it's arid desert and cacti. And I'm like, what the hell? It's wild. It's beautiful.
We're hoping to go next year,
I'm coming with you.
2026. Let's go together.
I'm coming with
Make
you.
a team of
I'll
us.
come.
That's it.
Because
Let's
my
make a
nephew's
team
just
of us.
moved out there earlier this year. So
Get him signed up.
yeah,
Right.
I'll speak to him.
We've got a plan. We've got a plan. And then we can
got a
come back
plan,
here
yeah. Road
and
trip.
talk about it again.
Exactly.
A year on down the line.
Road trip to New Zealand.
Boom.
Exactly.
I like it.
Boom.
Sounds
Thank
like
you
a
so
plan.
much, guys,
No,
for
you're
travelling
welcome.
up.
No, thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us. Yeah.
Oh, it's been great.
We
It's
said
been
that
great.
at the same
I
time.
know.
Must be
Perfect.
real.
Meant to be. Meant to be. Yes. But yeah, we'll do this again.
Absolutely. So just be ready for all these road shows, live shows happening throughout the UK with New Image International. Get in touch with your channel.
Yep.
And we'll tell you where they are.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'll give everybody any info they wish.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Blessed. Thank you.